Hello and welcome, David Baker with the Wisdom for Life podcast. Hey, we're glad you're here. It is Friday, Fabulous Friday, Family Friday, whatever you want to call it. I am blessed here to have my next child here, number 10 child. And your name is, dear?
Janessa.
Janessa. Just Janessa?
Janessa Noel.
Janessa Noel. Isn't that beautiful? So we have Larissa.
Janessa.
No,
Alyssa.
no, middle names. So
Oh, Larissa Janelle and
Larissa Janelle and
Janessa Noel.
Janessa Noel. Okay, and why does my wife do that? Because she wants to torture me, so I'll forget and not get their names right. So anyway, this is Janessa, and she is my. Are you ready? She is my baby girl. You knew what I was going to say. She is my baby girl. Now, by the way, in our home, that is a very coveted position there. So Sarah was only my baby girl for 2 years, and she wasn't old enough to realize she was my baby girl. And then Alyssa came along. Well, Alyssa was my baby girl for a long time because after her, there were 4 boys in a row. And so she was my baby girl for a long time. Then Larissa came. She was only the baby girl for a couple years. And then Janessa has been the baby girl.
Stuck with me forever.
Forever. She is the baby girl. And so Alyssa really didn't like it because she was the baby girl for so long. She said, wait, I'm not daddy's baby girl anymore. And so anyway, it is Janessa. So how old are you?
14.
14. Are you married yet?
Not yet.
No. Are you dating yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. And you don't even want to, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. You never know. Sometimes those younger ones, you got to watch them. So Janessa has been the one that's done everything just a little bit earlier than everybody else, because she's the older sister. So, you got your ears pierced a little bit earlier than the others, and you wear heels a little bit earlier than the others. And so when you get old and decrepit like I am, you sort of get liberal. Is that right?
No.
No. Is it, Daddy, please, can I? And yeah, no. Anyway, so no, but she's been a good girl, and we've enjoyed that. So it's really, this week has really been hard on her because the ones with the kids I've usually recorded on Sunday afternoon because we just got back from church. We got some space, and so we've done that. But this Sunday afternoon we had people over for dinner, and it got too late, and we had other things to do, so we didn't get to do it. So every day she's like, Daddy, when are you going to record my podcast? Daddy, when are you going to record my podcast? I mean, every day just bothering me, begging me, asking me, Daddy, when are you going to record my podcast? Is that right?
Not even close.
What? Are you saying that I am not telling the truth?
Yep, you're not.
So on Sunday, she said, Dad, I thought we were going to do the podcast. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. We had guests and had too much going on, but we'll do it someday this week. And so we were recording this on Thursday, and it drops on Friday. So I was like, hey, we've got to get this done. So anyway, so what is it like being the baby girl? Tell us the good, the bad, and the ugly about being the baby girl.
It's just fine. Like,
I don't know. What do I say to that? So, do you mind when we call you the baby girl? Because, like, Carson's the real baby, and he doesn't care for that. Does it bother you calling you the baby girl?
no. Kind of like it.
Kind of like it.
I get that. I'm always a baby girl.
Always a baby girl. So that's a special thing to be able to have that. So at 14 years old and the rest of her life, she'll be my baby girl. So the only, I guess, really bad thing about that, and we're not going to cry in this and get sad, but Alyssa is 26, and who knows how much longer she'll live in the house. And then Larissa's going to college next year. And so, so how does that make you feel?
Not great. I'm not excited for that at all.
Yeah. And one thing that's so special, we haven't talked a lot about this on these podcasts, but if you went through and asked each one of my children, hey, who's your best friend? Okay. It'd be interesting that what you would get. So, Janessa, who is your best friend?
Probably Larissa.
So
And
that's her.
Alyssa's my best friend too, but she's quite a bit older, so.
So, her best friend, and by the way, all the kids would say that their best friend is their brother or sister. And it's been amazing. We like that. We honestly planned it and wanted that. Our first boy was named David after me. And then our second boy, we named him Jonathan because David and Jonathan were great friends in the Bible, and that's what we wanted. We wanted our kids to be friends with each other. And so if you ask Sarah, her best friend and her maid of honor in the wedding was Alyssa, her sister. You ask Alyssa who her best friend is, it's Sarah, her older sister, that I'm sure will be matron of honor at her wedding. You ask Larissa who her best friend is, it would be her two sisters that are home, and of course Sarah. So it really is special, and the boys the same way. And we want that. We work hard at that. In the Bible, God says a brother is born for adversity. And so is he born in order when I have adversity to help me? Or is he born in order to give me adversity? Okay? And it can be taken honestly either way. And in many families, the brother is born and he adds so much adversity or problems to the brother's life. And we just decided it's not going to be that way. So when our kids were growing up, they didn't fight. We didn't allow them to fight. You're not allowed to fight, argue, debate. And at the time, we had a very small house, and so you heard everything. I mean, if someone wasn't getting along, you couldn't hide it. What's going on? No, we don't do that. And so parents, don't just think that kids, oh yeah, they're going to fight like cats and dogs, they're brothers and sisters. We don't do that, and we didn't ever allow that. If there's a problem, we fix it, and we teach them how to fix the problem, so we don't have that. So, all right, so how annoying and bratty and mean are your brothers?
Nope, they're not.
All right, honestly, can Carson get on your nerves sometimes?
Yes.
Okay. He's the little brother. He's the
But
1 year younger.
I'm sure he'll grow out of that soon, hopefully.
So anyway, you have that. So, all right. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. But when you were little, when you were a baby girl, not just my baby girl, when you were a baby girl, who was your favorite?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, definitely.
Sarah's my oldest daughter, and Sarah was her adopted mom. Sarah loved her, took care of her. Sarah thought she was her daughter, and they were very, very, very close. I mean, as close as a mom was almost. And I wonder if Janessa thought that was her mom sometimes. So, so much so that when Sarah got married, you were a junior bridesmaid, is that right? So she was a junior bridesmaid. So if you want to see something fun, okay, you can YouTube, you can search YouTube. What's it called?
Tim and Sarah Peterson's wedding.
Tim and Sarah Peterson wedding. Okay, so you'll see this fun, sweet, beautiful wedding of my oldest daughter, and but you watch this Janessa, this junior bridesmaid, bawling her eyes out. I mean, just crying and crying. So. Why are you crying so much? Was she marrying this mean, horrible guy?
Definitely not. It was just that she was leaving, and at the time they were in Kentucky, so it's only 4 hours away, but I was just very upset that she was leaving.
So if you want to say something fun, Tim and Sarah Peterson wedding, YouTube it. It's got a few thousand views. I don't know how. I think a couple thousand of them were Janessa.
Yeah, probably.
Back and watching
I watched their wedding every day for like the longest time because, I mean, I practically missed most of it because I was crying through the whole thing.
So it's neat and special, but God moved them back here and they get to be here. And so, of course, they're close again and very special. So parents, we do an interview, but I'm trying to teach them things through this. It is not set that your kids have to fight and not get along and pester and bother each other. You can build a home of love and respect and honor. And here's a little teaching that's really important, and it will sound weird, but please hear me out, okay? The closest relationship and the best training for marriage is brother and sister. How come? Because your family, you live in the same home, you have to share, you have to get along, you can get on people's nerves and create and cause problem. If a brother and sister can get along and learn that people skill of getting along with your brother and sister, then husband and wife, it's no problem. It's a lot the same relationship, except you add the kissing to it, and kissing's a lot of fun. And so literally we taught the best training for our children for marriage is working on the relationships with their brother and sister, because if that's right, the marriage things are not going to be a hard time. So. All right, so we've talked to all the girls and the kids about this. So some kids at 14 years old are able to date. So do you think we ought to change the rule and lower that age a little bit of dating for you?
No thanks.
No thanks. So,
Pretty much, I feel like all the guys my age anyway haven't quite hit puberty yet, so...
Oh, wow. So they're short, little, nerdy guys.
Most
okay.
of them, yeah.
So the other week I interviewed Cameron, our 16-year-old, and he said something about none of the girls being cute. Well, that was fun in the church teen group. They got a good laugh out of that. And so now Janessa just did that to all the boys. So
I
that's
said
great.
most of them.
Most of them, okay. So I don't know how old you were. You were a little girl, and Alyssa's 26. So, I mean, this could have been 8 years ago. She's starting to date, and she's 18 and dated a few guys in college. And one of the big things that Janessa was concerned about when Alyssa was dating somebody, her question was, does he?
I don't remember.
Oh, you do too. So, so here's this boy. Does he have? Come on.
I don't remember what it is. Muscles. Oh, I remember that now.
You remember? Yeah. You were conveniently forgetting that, and so
I forgot for a minute.
So Alyssa was going to date a boy, and so Janessa was little, and she said, "Alyssa, does he have muscles?" And so anyway, so are muscles a big deal for guys?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So. All right, any boys? Hey, do your push-ups, do your sit-ups, okay? Muscles are important, and it ought to be. A man ought to be strong enough to protect and to take care of his wife and children. So, hey, that is a big deal. So now that you're teaching on dating, what else is important for guys to have? Just muscles or anything else?
In looks or
A godliness and character and all
definitely.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the good thing of it is she's 14, so she doesn't need to know all those things yet because it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
But you do get to go on dates every once in a while, right?
I do.
And with who?
You.
With me. And what do we do? What's our typical date, or what's your favorite date place to go and do?
I like it when we go to Sonic.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite, I think.
Yeah, Larissa said the same thing. And,
Really?
Yeah, she did. So, the favorite thing to get is, got to see if you can get this right.
Tater tots. Well, chili cheese tater
There
tots.
you go. Get
and
it right.
mozzarella sticks.
Oh.
And normally we get a grape nerd slush.
You nailed it. Okay,
Yeah.
You nailed it. So, so if you want to know what the best date food is, there you go. Okay, the large chili cheese tots, 2 forks, and eat your way in to it. And then the cheese sticks. Sonic has the best cheese sticks. Okay, Burger King, Arby's. Yeah, the cheese sticks, there's something lacking. Sonic has awesome cheese sticks, and then the grape nerd slush. Anyway, so that's our specialty to be able to do that. Sometime we just go to there's a convenience store close, and we'll share a milkshake and not share. When they were little, we shared because we get a big shake, and I could get a lot more because my straw for some reason came up faster than the other ones. The kids figure that out, and they want their own shake now. So again, like the other kids, no bitterness or hurt that you don't get to date. That's not destroyed your life. All right.
Well, you always said that dating was preparation for marriage, and I'm definitely not ready to get married yet. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We teach, if you haven't heard the other ones, that there's no need to start dating until you're ready to get married. If you get on the track of dating, you'll end up in marriage. If you're not old enough to get married, then you will end up acting like you're married without being married, which is not a good thing. So, all right, the other thing I've asked the kids, and so I'm a little nervous to ask this because it may turn out bad for me one of these times. By the way, the kids have no idea what we're going to ask. They get nervous. Dad, can you give me a hint? Like, nope, we're just doing this. So, but the things that are important, the relationships with family, the dates with dad, the special time there, the not dating, and you don't need some boy that's going to break your heart and mess up your life. And discipline is a big deal. So how many times, or do you think we are cruel and unusual punishment if you did something wrong and were disciplined? Is that how you feel?
Nope.
No. Do you
I
wish?
probably needed more, honestly.
So people are going to listen to these. Every one of my kids have said, "Yeah, we probably needed more." So you're going to think my kids are really, really bad, and we're really bad parents. But so, in honesty, do you ever feel like that I have disciplined you when you were innocent, it wasn't you, and you didn't deserve it?
No.
No.
I mean, probably at the time I felt like that, but now I don't feel like that.
Yeah. To look back and go, no, that's probably deserved it. And like you've heard with the other kids, we go through a system and ask them a question. The first one is, okay, what did you do? And was it wrong? And, okay, what's the penalty for that? And they already knew that before. And so it's nothing surprising, but you do follow through with that. And the big deal afterwards is the hug, the closeness, to let them know we're not mad at you. We don't hate you. And you're not bad, but you needed discipline to correct the behavior so we don't do that anymore. Because, again, we're not rearing children. They already are children. We are rearing. Have you heard me say that?
Probably, but I don't remember what it is.
We're rearing adults, okay?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I remember that now.
I think we're doing this too late, right? Recording
Yeah, I'm
it?
having mind blanks.
Yeah.
So.
I've had a long day. I got up at 2:45 this morning to drive to Nashville and pick someone up, and so I told Janessa, I said, if I fall asleep during this podcast, don't wake me up, okay? I'll be tired. But I think maybe it's you that's as tired, right? So, all right. So, do you have a job? Do you work? Do you make any money? What do you do there?
Yes, I babysit.
All
Like
right.
3 days of the week, pretty much.
So, where do you go to do that? How do you do that?
Well, they bring their kids to our house, and I just do it at our house. It's much
Wow.
easier.
Awesome.
And I can still get my school done while, like, they're sleeping and stuff.
Awesome. So, do you enjoy taking care of the kids and watching the kids?
Definitely.
They are so cute and fun and sweet, and it's amazing how they know what we expect. We don't spank anybody else's kids. That's not our place. But it's amazing how good the kids are just knowing what we expect and what has to be done. And if they don't do what they're supposed to do, they know we are
Yep.
going to tell their parents, and they're not going to get away with it. So that is great. So we're about done with this, and you go, whew, good, glad, right?
Yeah.
So I've asked the kids when they dreaded this, all right, was it as bad as you thought it was going to be? And Janessa wasn't bad. She's not bugged me about not doing this, but you did say something to Larissa like, if you do a bad job, what was that? Do you remember?
Well, I was really joking. I didn't mean to. I told her, I said, well, maybe if you do a really bad job, Dad won't make me do it. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but...
Yeah. So anyway, that's been the thought. So, all right, 14-year-old, words of wisdom. All right, what do you got, girl? So for the 14 or for the kids out here or any parents out there, what have you learned in your 14 years of wisdom that you can pass along and help to anybody else? You got anything?
Aww.
It's funny, right before she came in here, her older sister, Leslie, who's 26, said, all right, you got any words of wisdom? Dad's going to ask you. And she goes, what'd you say? Nope.
No.
I got nothing.
All the stuff she told me, I was like, that sounds too smart for me.
And by the way, you know what? It is okay for kids to be kids. It really is. And to laugh and have fun and play and enjoy life. It seems like many times kids grow up too soon and they don't get to have that fun and enjoyment that a child ought to have. A child is simple. They don't know a lot. And the older they get, hopefully they choose wisdom instead of choosing to be a fool. A fool is someone who knows what God wants them to do and won't do it. A wise person is someone who knows what God wants them to do and does it. And a simple person is someone who just doesn't know. And guess what? When a child is young, it's okay if they don't know. And especially, and a little preachy here, but especially the evil things. The Bible says to be simple concerning evil. It's amazing how much our kids know that they shouldn't know. It's amazing how many bad things that they know that they shouldn't have a clue of. God said we're to be simple concerning evil. They don't have to know everything that's out there in the world. It's going to corrupt their mind and corrupt their morals. So, well, Janessa, my baby girl, so thank you for coming on this podcast and introducing yourself. So if you're on audio, you can switch over to YouTube, Wisdom for Life podcast, and see the video of my lovely 14-year-old girl. And so God's blessed me with beautiful girls, but also sweet girls and kind girls and loving girls and helpful. My girls, they know how to work. They clean, they cook, they do their own laundry, they clean their own room, they clean their bathrooms, they help mom with whatever she needs, they babysit. How come? Because we're rearing adults. One day, Janessa's going to be a mother. Wow. One day, Janessa's going to be a wife. I'm getting tears thinking about that.
It'll be a little while.
And that's my baby girl. I'm not ready for that. But one day that's going to happen. And hopefully and prayerfully, we've given her the tools to be able to know how to be a good wife and to know how to be a good mom and to be what God has called her and intended her to be. So anyway, thank you for being an awesome girl. I am spoiled. I'm the most spoiled dad in the world. I've got the best kids that love me, and we get to serve the Lord together and help people.
I think you spoil us too.
Okay, how much do I owe you for that? All right, so when I get done with these podcasts, the kids have to count up how much I owe them for all the good things they said about me. So
that one can be free.
That one can be free. Okay, good. So, hey, well, God bless you. Thanks for tuning into this podcast, the Wisdom for Life podcast. We want to give you wisdom for life and for your children. We've got one chance to rear our kids, and the rest of our life we will live with how we did. I don't know about you, but that's a very sobering thing to me, and it makes me want to make sure that we're giving them the right tools so they can be the people that God wants them to be for the rest of their life. So, all right, God bless you. We'll see you next time, and take care. God bless.